Hello everyone, Chris Matthew with Forbidden Knowledge News. I don't know about all of you, but I really don't like having to wear a mask every time I'm in public, let alone for 7 days at an amazing conference. Well, I have some awesome news for all of you. There are no longer any enforceable requirements for mask wearing in Nevada. It is over. Technically, the lowering of the requirement is only for vaccinated people, but because no one can even ask to see a vaccination card, everyone will be taken at their word. There are no masks, so this is going to be an even better conference now. Everyone can come out and enjoy this amazing conference mask-free. I hope to see all of you there in Laughlin, Nevada, June 6th through 12th. Welcome back, everyone. Chris Matthew with Forbidden Knowledge News. Today, I am happy to welcome Jonny Enoch. He is world-renowned esoteric researcher, clinical hypnotherapist, host on Gaia TV, and paranormal expert on the Travel Channel's Alaska Triangle. Jonny, welcome. How you doing today?
I'm great, Chris. Thanks for having me back on your show.
Yes, thank you for coming back on. Always great to have you. And we get to meet again at this year's Laughlin UFO Mega Conference, which is going to be so awesome.
I agree. And last year, it was amazing. We had you there. You were interfacing with people, interacting, and we had amazing speakers and star watches and lively events. It was such a great time, and I'm really excited for us to come back there and do it again.
Definitely so. And I'm definitely looking forward to your presentation this year. Project Earth Meet Your Creators. That sounds absolutely interesting. And I believe we've discussed this on my show a couple of times about, these intelligences that could possibly be guiding humanity, right?
Yeah, a lot of people might be surprised to learn that a lot of what happens on Earth is being directed to us from about 3,000 light years away from here. And these folks that we like to call extraterrestrials, they're not much different than us. And in many cases, they are observing us. They're enjoying our music. They're enjoying Earth television and sports games, as strange as that might sound. But at the same time, they've been interacting with us for a very long time.
Now, do you think that this is kind of why contact cases have seemed to pick up globally? I know that I've been speaking to a lot more contactees and abductees lately in the past couple of years. Is this something you've noticed as well?
Well, we've had all sorts of different contactee cases throughout history. And you can look at our ancient religious texts as being filled with these sort of accounts. We could go back even into the book of Genesis, where, we're talking about the Elohim, or you're looking at guys like Enoch who are being taken up. Through the works of Charles Fort, we've gone back. In the 1950s, we had a plethora of these sort of cases. I mean, they've been documented for a very long time. I think now that we're in the information age, we basically move forward with our technology where we have a very good way of categorizing these and keeping track of them. And we have so much more interest in it these days. So I don't think that perhaps that there is any more than there ever has been. It's just that now we're more open to talking about it, and we have better resources for tracking them.
Now, we spoke about this a little bit on a couple of my shows on Forbidden Knowledge News, how everything that could possibly be happening right now may not be as everyone sees it to be. Everyone sees, this apocalypse, gloom and doom, and how the world is falling apart, but that it may be guided from a higher intelligence to kind of help and evolve humanity in a way in the not too distant future. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. But here's the thing about the anagram of reality and the way that our reality is coming to us. The algorithm of reality is very, very complicated. It's very complex. So the best way we can look at this is that there's something called quantum multiplicity. And the fact is that there is this illusion of time right now that everybody that's watching this, everybody that's listening to this, is you get this idea that you think you're moving in this linear sense of reality where, the past is gone, there's this moment right now, but, time is just moving forward like a river. So to get all scientific for a moment, we call this lineal subjugation. But this is just an illusion being created by our brains. The fact is that there is this quantum multiplicity, that all of our realities are happening at the same time. The Chris Matthew, when you were 8 years old, is riding his bicycle, enjoying that ice cream and looking up at the sky, at the beautiful sunny day, sees a weather balloon or whatever it is. And, you're observing that. At the same point, you're talking to me right now with an Orgone pyramid behind you with a set of headphones on, and you're recording this. You're also already at that event coming up. You're already at the Laughlin UFO mega conference. You're doing all these things in simultaneity. So this is how our reality works. But picture this, Chris. Picture the fact that our reality as we speak right now is being influenced by all sorts of folks. So we're being influenced in the future right now by folks that are trying to go back and fix things in the past. We're being influenced by the past by folks that are trying to put stuff forward to kind of influence things. And you might even say there's a multi-dimensional component. So think about this like a Japanese sword maker who keeps putting edge after edge after edge to make something perfect. So our reality, if you think about this like a quantum theoretician, is changing every billions and trillions of times for every Planck second that's going by. So think about these folks that are influencing us or have certain ideas about our progress and where we go. And you might say that there's all sorts of different folks with different agendas coming from different places. And, just to give you a little perspective and to give the folks watching at home some perspective, if you go 10,000 light years outside of Earth, just go 10,000 light years outside of here, there's 20 million planets. And it's very, very busy there. And just to give you some more perspective, if you look in just our galaxy alone, there are more planets in our galaxy alone than there are grains of sand on all of our beaches. So think about that when we talk about who and what and where these influences could be coming from.
Yeah, that's definitely a fascinating thought and well put. And do you think that everything that's happening with the mainstream media, the Pentagon releases of UFOs, all this new talk of UFOs from sources that you normally don't really hear UFO information coming from, do you think that is because they know that it is imminent that we're going to find out about other species, other intelligence soon within our lifetime? Or is it another reason? Do they want to, roll out some technology or weapons or something like that?
Well, it's all of the above. We are getting in the news all the time the fast food version of this. That's the McDonald's of disclosure. So the idea is that we are being influenced by all sorts of folks, but the truth is that extraterrestrials are here. They walk among us. Okay. If you want to see extraterrestrials, all you have to do is go down to Venice Beach any day of the week. And I know it sounds funny, but it's absolutely true. The other thing is that you could go into Las Vegas. You will see extraterrestrials. I mean, just talk to Charles Hall, who was there last year. He'll tell you about the Talls. And the Talls were coming over into the Nellis Air Force Base. They were hanging out at the Stardust Hotel in the old days, down in the old strip of Vegas. It's known around Las Vegas. For example, that's a very interesting place that the employees at Area 51, a lot of them get dropped off at the Luxor Hotel and catch the train underneath there. They were when it was still active, the Underground Railway system. There's all kinds of different interesting stuff that go out on those outskirts. But I mean, there's extraterrestrials that are working with our governments. They're working on our bases. They're working with our scientists. They're working over at Oxford University. There's all sorts of progress that's taking place, but there are various agendas and there's various ideas. And so there are things that are allowed to take place. Don't think for even a second that an event like this that's taking place, a UFO conference like this, that isn't under a very close watchful eye, that there's folks in places that are very aware of what's being disseminated here and how it's being disseminated. There's a very close and careful examination of these things, and it's allowed to be given in bite-sized morsels to allow people and help them to understand, much in the way that our Hollywood movies operate, or your show. Your show is allowed to operate for these reasons also. It's a medium to help people understand. And you might be very surprised to learn that a lot of the people that come your way are people that share what they share, or are given pieces of the puzzle to help everyone understand. So that's why events like this and people like yourself that do what you do are so very important to this subject matter.
Oh, thank you so much, Johnny. Yeah, I am so looking forward to going to Laughlin. Hopefully, we can meet some aliens out there. I know I'm going to be carpooling for the night sky watches. Hopefully, I'll see you out on one of those. That's going to be awesome.
Always awesome. And, you know, Chris, it's so great to have you out there at Laughlin, and everybody that will be there. This will be absolutely magical, it'll be memorable. It will be incredible. It's so life-changing. There's always strange stuff that takes place. And, you know, in more than one case, we have heard of extraterrestrials being in the audience, folks having interactions with them, or on the sky, out on the sky watches, seeing incredible ships and beings and things and downloads and realizations. These conferences are so very, very important, and they're so incredible and so wonderful. And there's so many great things that we can be grateful for. I don't know if you heard the news, the CDC just changed the requirements and regulations. Great. So Nevada has been going maskless, and up until this point, you know, we heard about the social distancing rules have changed also. So it's looking more and more not only normal, but it's coming back to normal conference wise.
That's going to be great. Well, Johnny, thank you so much for stopping by and giving us a little teaser of your presentation and talking with us today. And I can't wait to meet you in Laughlin and meet all of you, of course.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you out there. And Chris, it's always a pleasure to see you. And thank you so much for having me on your show.
All right. Well, we'll see you June 6th through 12th, and we'll see all of you.
See you all there.
This year's Laughlin UFO Mega Conference is going to be the biggest, most extraordinary ever. It's going to feature over 36 scientists, researchers, and contactees presenting incredible new disclosures over 7 days. You can now register for the full week, for half a week, or even by the day or session. During this incredible week, not only will there be over 35 amazing presentations, which, by the way, will only be one at a time, so you don't have to miss anything. You're going to get an amazing skywatch, meet and greets, exclusive film screenings, and the opportunity to hang out with me. Go to their website, LaughlinUFOMegaConference.com, and register now. Last year's conference was awesome, and this year's will be even better. Join us for an incredible 7 days of education and disclosure at the Laughlin UFO Mega Conference.